spray's coming out now.
Spray's
See if they
still
can try and
coming
find
in.
their way into the box. I don't know what he's got here. He's got the big play. He's got the mini. He's going to be able to get it off. Has 3 nades. There's not much he can really do when he's on the low ground. Getting pinched now. Some more RPGs. That's at least 3 that have dropped. They've been looting for a fair while. They might have almost 4 now. It might be an epic or legendary with how fast he's reloading. He's trying to ramp up, see if he can get the high ground. 23 tag. He can be able to break it out and drop him down. He's using hard mats too. This fight's going to take a second, I think. It's, oh, he gets knocked down. Teammates underneath, trying to get in the same box. Gets him. Takes him straight out. Looks like it's 2v1 situation now. He's got the wall. He's got no builds left, though. Needs to be careful. He's picking up the rockets. Still has 6 rockets now. He's carrying his own. See if he can return some of the favor with those rockets. Get a bit of payback and go down through it. Has the edit. 83 tag 82, and they take him out. They wipe the duo. Looks like they take it. Yeah. Chap and AV at the moment, it's quite incredible to see. Like, he obviously, one of the things I was touching on yesterday, I was trying to talk to him about how teams are splitting their mythic loot. So I find it super interesting to see the mythic minigun going to Chap more often than it's going. Again, another team here to talk about with that as well, Arab. So Arab being the IGL leader, he actually runs the grappler, but he doesn't run the mythic Scar. Obviously giving the Scar to Coop, his controller teammate, but having the grappler on the rotational player, I don't really know how I like splitting up the mythic gun, especially at Shark, or again, minigun on the IGL. I always thought AV being controller frag or high ground, just dominating with it, but a lot of people have touched on it, passing the strengths around, making sure it's split up between the teammates.
I mean, if it's a minigun grotto style, the miniguns usually, we went over this a little bit yesterday in NAE East. Oh God, oh no, Coop's actually going down here. While Arab hopefully gets this revive. The minigun player is usually the person who's the IGL just because they can lead the entire Heisei or where the rest of the lobby is kind of moving with the pressure they have. Then the controller player can AR after that, right? But when situations like this happen, it doesn't matter who has the AR, it doesn't matter who has the minigun, because you have to just try to get out. You have to still be playing at a level where it's not just hunky-dory, you're not just doing whatever you want to do. You got to be in focus all the time.
No way. Coop goes down here, so we talk about obviously an IGL leading their controller player. Arab is now leading no one. He's going to have to go.
Looking at the radar, yes, they are there. A split on the outside. We have a double audio of the in-game observer. Now Zara's, ooh, pulling a little purple pump out of that. But leaving with the bandage bazooka, so not sure if they actually finished looting up the entirety of what they got on that split. I think they probably got the lion's share of Lazy Lake.
Looking like a pretty good loadout, actually. He's looking really good with this one. Can't see Calc's loadout, but the match there, like you said, probably didn't get the whole loot there. Haven't fully farmed up the materials. Only 100 builds right now. Need to find a little bit on their way in, but they've got a good position going into next zone, so I don't think they'll be too worried about it. Looks like they're using the high ground to check it out, see if this hasn't been looted. If this is a henchman spawn, no, it is there. Fight breaks out. We have Clicks going for the high ground first. Can't see Calc coming up from behind a little bit. See if he can try and take that high ground over them. Like they're above them right now. See if he can put the purple pumps to work. Going on the low ground, splitting the angles. Dynamo's on the ultimate low. He's going to try and get back down. This is not where you want to be. Clicks is an insane box fight, as we all know. He's trying to find these walls. As soon as he gets on one wall, if he takes it, it's going to get real messy for you real fast. I think Calc's going for the high ground, trying to make sure he holds that from the other teammate. No, they're going to split. They've split them up right now. One teammate tried to secure high ground. Calc and Clicks now going up to try and take them when they're separate. Goes down to 4 damage, I believe. All got knocked off. I can't see there. I saw AV picked up something in the feed. Don't know if he took a shot from distance. I don't actually know what happened to the player on high ground there.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to be doing early on in the game. If you take this fight, the likelihood of a third party, remember, replay, when we're watching it, minutes behind. No one's ready for these rotations. You take control of the hills early, you can pick and pinpoint a fight out, possibly when the people are actually split. They get a nice 2v1 and wrap it up quickly.
Yeah, and just to clarify what happened there, it was actually AV. Remember their position out of Grotto. They had a base outside that first zone where they were looking in. It was a snipe onto AJ that knocked him down into Clicks and Calc in that fight. It looks like it was a solo. That's why they pounced so hard on it. And because of that, you're right, Shia. They are characteristic for taking those fights early game to get not only the surge, but also possibly the free points on players who are unsuspecting and not ready for that kind of push. Now looking already towards the end game, 5th zone. I know we're jumping back and forth between the delays and replay mode, but Sis Lucky and Lazar Pete now find themselves 5th zone before the launch pads come in.
Oh my gosh, so many people from the sky. They're just flying across, seeing what you can get tags of those scars. My gosh, the whole lobby just going straight in front of him. He's got the epic scar, see if he can do something with it. Only 120 above Storm Surge is going to have to do something pretty soon. That is a bit sketchy. You want to be at least a few hundred above to make sure you're safe. 51 alive, half. And A's game 1 looking stacked.
Yeah, and this is one of those big stacker duos. Ager's Innocence, little rocky relationship, but in game, it's always secure. These guys are going to be right beside that half and half mark. have that casual 233 damage above Storm Surge. So average game, usually a lot more damage we see from them. So going to be playing a little bit more low key. But maybe that's because of a result of their mats. Their situation might have been a little bit scuffed coming in. Adrian's missing just a little bit of HP on his total pool. These guys are going to have to go for an impact. And here it is. It's top down. They're right beside zone. And now the 6-1's going to show.
And the key there is actually they're trying to identify players who are getting surged. There's still one who needs to go down all the way now. The 6-zone revealed, and it's still happening. Where is this player? Is he healing away at the zone? No. Who knows? This is not going to go anywhere. Here's the impact possibility. Is that unknown? They get him in the box. They take him out. Is it unknown? I can't quite see. No, it's an anonymous mode, so we're not going to be able to tell.
Yeah, Constantly, it's amazing to see how they're only like 200 above Storm Surge. They already have an elimination as well. This lobby has gotten so many tags. NAE is getting so good in these stack lobbies, making sure they're massively above. You got to get some serious damage. It can't just be a few AR tags here and there. You've got to do some serious damage to get above Storm Surge in these lobbies.
And then on the next step, how are we going to get all the way towards the zone side? Are we using these mats? If they do, what's 8 zone going to look like? These guys have to think about the future when they're pathing in. It's not just for zone, but based on everyone else. And now they're going to use that information, get a free tart right beside everyone else, switch layers as soon as there's trouble. Very good decisions being made here by Agers, moving forward, leading Innocence right behind them.
Solo topping right through right now. He's trying to go for reserve as many mats as he can. They're running pretty low. He's trying to not build out too much, trying to just put that floor stair as much as he can. Leaves them pretty exposed though with this many people in the lobby, getting some decent shots back. They've just made their way in. This is going to be quite interesting if it goes back up. A lot of these players on this ultimate low are going to need a lot more materials to get back up there. There's a decent elevation change here. Oh, gets a heavy tag. Goes down to only 42 health. Has the floppers and the slurpfish. Shouldn't be too scary, but he doesn't want to have to go through those too early. Try and go for a late high ground retake with them. It's one of the best ways to get high ground at the moment.
But a long zone, a long push across the way, and they're running out of mats. This impact couldn't come any sooner. They found one on unknown early on, but it wasn't enough to last them through this entire pot. And they do get one, but he doesn't drop down to get the loot because it was not possible. And a player all the way in front of their tarp.
And now their plans and their decisions are just completely flipped on top of their heads. Finally get back in their own tarp, but there's another and a 2-for-1 special with 2 tacks just colliding to that head. They get that full Elam and RPG to play with as well. And floppers, this could be their hype moment.
Yeah, he's going for flopper plays. Scoped. I want to really quickly, it was Ronaldo who was still up in the feed. Now Cheech has high ground.
Cheech has high ground. He's going to try and push out if he can. He's got the rocket. He's got 6 rockets in. He's going to try and keep pushing forward. He's got no more floppers left, though. Needs to be careful. Only 30 health. Rocket falls on the head. Gets the shotgun shot to 31 white. How does this player not go down to 4 damage? Must be so low down there. Zone pulls back across along the tarps, though, so he's pretty good up here. Gets the knock. There's no way he's going to get the materials, but he finishes it off. He's sitting in a good position, but he is solo. I mean, look at the health, though. He's only got 30. If someone knocks him down, it's going to be crazy scary.
And the damage is coming down. I heard a grappler somewhere on low ground, though, so a possibility of Arab still being alive or someone else popping up, getting that loot, and possibly taking height. Aussie mentioned the mats are not there. This is one of those final moments. The server actually smaller than usual, but that might be because of that natural low ground. What are his possibilities here?
Yeah, so right now he's on high ground. He's got this one if he can. He's got no mass to get down, though. He's got 5 builds. Like, I don't even think he can waterfall down far enough here. He's going to have to be so conservative. Wants to knock out second height, but if he knocks out second height, where's he going to go? I don't know what his plan is for here. He's going to have to jump down and reuse this old brick. I think here he goes. I've got a bit of death runs here at endgame. This is so sketchy. He's got every advantage except for the materials on the high ground, dropping the rockets down. And this car gets the knock. Siphons in back up, so full damage isn't as scary now. So 1v1 situation, he has every advantage on the high ground. AR's out. He's got a green tack. May not even have to use it. If this player has no builds, he's not getting up anyway. I think he's just going to safe play this one out. No, does still have the builds. He has to sit on the cone. He can't even try and block him off. He has to go for it. Sits behind the cone beautifully. Gets an 82 tag. Incredible positioning here. An amazing game for them, and they take game 1 on 19 points. That is massive.
Here it is, top 10 to start. We'll only stick on the first page because nothing too much has developed besides Innocence and Agers, 19 points in the win. Avian Chap, 13 points. I'm not sure where that came from. We didn't quite see that full perspective, but we saw the setup. Also, you talked about it. Out of Grotto, so dangerous for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. And it looked like they got it. 13 points. Can't see the placement to elimination split there. But I think, yeah, we didn't see him too much in the end game. I don't know if they fragged out mid game, maybe. Couldn't quite see it. But Sent and Edgy sticking around, like you said, 13 points. That is massive as well. But Yakel and Jaith, 11 points. Unknown Ronaldo. So that means Ronaldo secured. I don't know how many limbs they had. It's unknown. You can never count out. He could have got 5 limbs early game. But Ronaldo picking up 10 points for his team after Unknown goes down is massive.
Yeah, and we'll see exactly what happens after that in game 2 because it's all about the continuation. You have that pop-off performance.